Rocky.
I'm Joe.
I'm Brandon.
We're Group 54, and this is Contingency Theory. Hey guys, what you reading?
Just my triannual 401k administrative expense report.
Going over the family tree. I think I was adopted. What about yourself?
Oh, I'm buying a black market penguin. But that's not the reason I'm here. So, remember that 305 Comm class we took in college together? Well, I wanted to see if you guys could help me out. You know, obviously I've been a successful wedding planner for the past few years, but I've recently noticed that a client that I'm currently working with doesn't respond to my methods as well as the others normally do, and it really concerns me. Do you guys have any suggestions, any ideas on what I could do?
You know, I really think you should evaluate your leadership style using contingency theory.
Do you really think that could work?
Of course. Contingency theory has been used to evaluate public school administration, business-government relations, corporate social performance, and even law enforcement structure. I don't see any reason it wouldn't work for a wedding planner.
Alright, I think I was asleep that day in class though. So what's contingency theory?
Okay, according to Nordhaus, contingency theory came into existence when Fiedler, after many years of researching leadership styles, hypothesized that leadership style cannot alone explain leadership effectiveness. Therefore, he developed a leader match theory called contingency theory.
What this means is that each theory tries to match leaders to appropriate situations. It is called contingency because the theory suggests that the leader's effectiveness is contingent on how the leader's style fits the context. In other words, different organizations' needs can be met by different leadership styles.
Okay, I get contingency theory as the concept, but I'm not completely sure what you mean by leadership.
Well, according to Dayton and Zelli, leaders demonstrate vision, motivate people, and empower others to accomplish what is necessary to achieve that vision.
Oh, solid.
Within the framework of contingency theory, Fiedler established two leadership styles, task-motivated and relationship-motivated leadership. Dayton and Zelli mentioned that a task leader focuses primarily on accomplishing particular organizational goals, whereas the relationship leader emphasizes positive relationships within the group members.
So, which leadership style do I need to use?
Well, to determine the answer to that question, Fiedler came up with a model that suggests that situations can be characterized in terms of three factors.
The first factor, leader-member relations, refers to the degree of trust and support followers provide to the leader. We can have good relations and we can have poor relations.
The second factor, task structure, refers to the degree to which requirements of a task are clear and spelled out. Within a contingency theory, we have both structured and unstructured tasks.
The third factor is position power. Position power is the amount of authority a leader has to reward or punish followers. The model suggests that leaders can have either strong or weak position power.
So with this model, Fiedler was able to determine which combinations of situational factors needed task leaders and which ones needed relationship leaders. Combinations 1, 2, 3, and 8 are task-motivated leaders. Combinations 5, 6, and 7 call for relationship-motivated leader. With combination 4, either type can be used, but it's not always effective.
Can we evaluate my example as a case study using the model?
Sure! How are your leader-member relations with this client?
With typical clients, they're very good. As a planner, the brides put a lot of trust in my abilities. I typically have pretty good leader-member relations, but I can tell this client's having a lot of trouble trusting me.
Alright, well what is the task structure of wedding planning? Is it structured or unstructured?
Well, if there's one thing I know about weddings, and I know a lot about weddings, it's that each one is completely different. Some brides want one thing, some brides want another thing. So, in turn, the process has to be really flexible. There isn't a set of rules explaining how to plan the perfect wedding because each bride wants something completely different. I would say that wedding planning is a very unstructured task.
Ah, I see what you mean.
You have no idea. Well, now the only part left is position power. To be honest, I have a lot of power over the success of or failure of a wedding. I would definitely say that I have a strong position power.
I see. So with good leader-member relations, a low task structure, and a high position power, the model puts you at a 3. But this isn't the case with your client.
No, with this client, I have poor leader-member relations, low task structure, and strong position power. So that puts me at a 7. Which, this explains why the task-motivated leadership I normally use with clients isn't working with my current client. I need to be using relationship-motivated leadership to be successful.
Bingo! See? Now you're learning.
Yeah, too bad I didn't stay awake during Miss Street's class. Could have learned it years ago.
Oh well. Better late than never.